You have everything you thought you wanted. Good job, nice place, people around you. But there's this feeling, like something's missing, like you're going through the motions but not really living. I know that feeling. And after years of studying psychology and talking to hundreds of people who feel the same way, I finally understand why this happens, and more importantly, how to fix it. Let's talk about it. Before we dive in, I need you to know something. If you feel empty, you're not broken. You're not ungrateful, and you're definitely not alone. There's actually an epidemic of this right now, especially in developed countries. People who, on paper, have successful lives but feel nothing. This video isn't about clinical depression. That's different and requires professional help. This is about that void, that numbness, that "is this all there is?" feeling. So let's break down exactly why this happens, and then I'll give you the framework that actually works to fix it. Part 1. Why it happens. The hedonic treadmill. Here's what happens. You set a goal. Once I get this, I'll be happy. You get promoted. You buy the car. You hit the milestone. And for about 2 weeks, you feel good. Then you're right back where you started. Empty again. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. Your brain is wired to return to a baseline level of happiness no matter what happens to you. A study from Northwestern University found that lottery winners and people who became paralyzed both returned to roughly the same happiness levels within a year. Think about that. So you keep chasing the next thing, the next achievement, the next purchase, but it's a treadmill. You're running, but never arriving. Here's what nobody tells you. Achievement without meaning is just sophisticated distraction. You're filling your life with stuff and accomplishments, but not with purpose. And that's why you feel empty. Part 2. The meaning crisis. Reason number 2, you're living someone else's definition of success. Think about your goals, your daily routine, your priorities. How many of them are actually yours? Or did you inherit them from your parents' expectations, society's definition of success, social media's highlight reel, or what you think you're supposed to want? Viktor Frankl, who survived the Holocaust and wrote Man's Search for Meaning, said, "Ever more people today have the means to live, but no meaning to live for." You might have the job, the apartment, the relationship, but if it's not aligned with your values, your purpose, your authentic self, it's going to feel hollow. This is what philosophers call the meaning crisis. Modern life gives us comfort and options, but it's stripped away the traditional sources of meaning: community, religion, clear life paths. So you're left with freedom, but no direction. And freedom without purpose, that's not liberation. That's emptiness. Part 3. The connection deficit. You're surrounded by people but still feel alone. Let me ask you something. When's the last time you had a real conversation? Not small talk, not surface level "how are you, I'm fine." I mean vulnerable, deep, where someone really sees you. The Harvard Study of Adult Development, the longest study on happiness ever conducted, found one clear answer. Good relationships keep us happier and healthier, period. Not money, not fame, not achievement. Connection. But here's the problem. We've replaced depth with breadth. We have 500 friends online, but no one to call at 3 a.m. We share our highlight reel, but hide our struggles. Social media promised connection, but delivered comparison. We're more connected than ever, but lonelier than ever. And when you lack genuine connection, when no one really knows you, you start to feel like you don't exist, like you're playing a character instead of being yourself. That's emptiness. That's the void. Okay, so we've talked about the problem. Now let's talk about the fix. Emptiness isn't permanent. It's not your destiny. It's a signal, your brain telling you something needs to change. After studying this for years, I've found that fulfillment comes down to 4 core pillars. If any of these is missing, you'll feel that void. Let's go through them. Pillar 1. Purpose. You need a reason to wake up that's bigger than yourself. The Japanese call this ikigai, your reason for being. It doesn't have to be grand, it doesn't have to change the world, but it has to matter to you. Ask yourself, what would I do even if I wasn't paid? What problem do I want to solve? What do I want to be remembered for? Purpose isn't found, it's built through trial, error, curiosity, and action. Pillar 2. Connection. You need at least 2 to 3 relationships where you can be completely yourself. No mask, no performance. Quality over quantity. Always. This week, reach out to someone and have a real conversation. Ask how they're really doing. Share something you're struggling with. Vulnerability builds connection, and connection fills the void. Pillar 3. Growth. Humans are wired to grow. When you stop learning, stop challenging yourself, stop expanding, you stagnate, and stagnation feels like emptiness. You don't need to be the best, you just need to be better than yesterday. Pick one thing: a skill to learn, a book to read, a habit to build, a fear to face. Growth gives you momentum, and momentum gives you meaning. Pillar 4. Contribution. Here's the paradox. The fastest way to feel fulfilled is to stop focusing on yourself. Help someone, teach something, create something useful. Give your time, your knowledge, your attention. Studies show that people who volunteer regularly report higher life satisfaction than people who don't. Because when you contribute, you matter. You make a difference. You're part of something larger. And that fills the emptiness. All right, let's make this practical. Right now, I want you to do something. The 4 questions exercise. Pause this video if you need to. Grab a piece of paper. Answer these honestly. 1. Purpose. What makes me feel alive? Not what should, what does. 2. Connection. Who can I be 100% real with? If the answer is no one, that's your first action step. 3. Growth. What's one thing I want to learn or improve in the next 30 days? 4. Contribution. How can I help someone else this week? Doesn't have to be big. Help a coworker, teach a friend something, volunteer an hour. These 4 questions will show you exactly where your emptiness is coming from, because I guarantee at least one of these pillars is missing or weak in your life right now. Once you know which one, you have your starting point. Look, I'll be honest with you. I've been where you are. A few years ago, I was checking all the boxes, doing everything right, but I felt nothing. Just this gray, numb existence. It took me hitting rock bottom to realize I was living a life that looked good from the outside, but was hollow on the inside. So I stripped everything back. I asked myself those 4 questions, and I rebuilt, slowly, from a place of authenticity instead of expectation. And here's what I learned. Emptiness isn't the absence of something. It's the presence of the wrong things. The moment you start removing what doesn't serve you and adding what does, the void fills itself. So here's what I want you to know. If you feel empty right now, that's not your destination. That's just your current location. You have the power to change this. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen if you take action. Start with one pillar, just one. Pick the one that resonates most and take one small step this week. If this video hit home for you, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I make videos about the hard stuff, the things we all feel but don't always talk about. Mental health, psychology, real growth. And drop a comment. Which of the 4 pillars do you need to focus on most? I read every single one. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being honest with yourself. I'll see you in the next video.